right. Let's get it 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 right, fam. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right.
You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. See? Should have mind your business. You should have mind your business. Let's get into this here.
Chud is cooked. His worst nightmare came to fruition today. Oh, he is fried. Them good folks came to that courtroom and they gave Chud everything he been asking for. How they gave him everything he been wanting for, man? See, I got to admit, people, I got to confess. I had to apologize to my Lord. See, when the Devils was on X, the racist playground, they made me lose faith in my Lord, man. I thought my Lord was gonna let us down. I didn't know the mighty God I serve. So I have to exalt him in front of the world now because I lost faith privately. When them Devils came on X and they proclaimed victory and they proclaimed that Chud will be released this week, I almost lost faith in my God, but my God showed me today he's a mighty God. But in his racist community was confident. Oh, you couldn't tell him nothing. They just knew Chud was coming home this week. They posted Chud would hopefully be out next week. The only thing keeping him in is this failure to appear warrant. And the reason why this was devastating is because they announced that they had secured 10 bill bondsmen ready to bind out Chud. So that obstacle was gone, and the only thing keeping him was this failure to appear warrant in his theft case. So he goes, even though he was in Davidson County's custody the night before court, and then was relinquished back into Montgomery County as part of what seems to be a pre-planned plot to keep it in as long as possible. Once out, Chud will be evicted from the home he's lived in for 10 years. We're looking for a new place to live, as he is now being ordered by the court to report the address of where he would be. When I first read that, it worried me, people, but I had to make videos with a poker face. I couldn't let you guys know that I was worried. I had to bring a poker face, because if I was worried, you guys would be worried. We had to come here with a poker face, but I thought, damn, how were they able to do this? Not knowing my God had other plans. Because what was keeping Chud in was the $1 million bond. Now, some way, somehow, them racist white boys was able to put together their paper, man. They was able to make calls. They was able to be grassrooted. They was able to get the bill bondsmen to fold and cave because we ain't making enough calls. The bill bondsmen that initially said we not bonding him out, they was able to cave to them boys because they made calls every day relentlessly and bullied them into stepping up to bond out Chud. So Chud had the bond package already secured according to them. He only had the arrest warrant for failure to appear the night before and got released like the morning of and couldn't make it. Okay. Well, he was back in court today. Now, this was something like the case that he was appearing for was like a misdemeanor. So they thought, man, this is nothing. This is probably going to get thrown out. Like, it's a little misdemeanor. He's going to come out. So they was walking into this confident. Chud even came to the courtroom all smiles. He wasn't angry or sad as he usually is. Ain't no more puppy dog eyes in the beginning. Because he thought, man, I'm coming out. This is a misdemeanor. This is nothing.
The online streamer known as Chud the Builder is expected in a Nashville courtroom.
Jaxie's back in studio with us now to show us what's planned for today. Jaxie, good morning.
Nick Helen, Mark Dalton Eatherly, aka Chud the Builder, is scheduled to appear in Davidson County today as he faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from an incident at a downtown Nashville hotel. Eatherly, who is also facing separate felony charges in Montgomery County, is set for a preliminary hearing before Judge Melissa Blackburn in General Sessions Court. Court records show the Nashville cases include theft under $1,000, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. The charges are from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Eatherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay a more than $370 tab after being told to leave. At his last court appearance, a bench warrant was issued after he did not appear for a scheduled Davidson County hearing. We'll be following the hearing this morning to learn whether this case moves forward.
You couldn't tell them they wasn't having a good day, bro. They were straight aura farming that courtroom. Chud walked in straight aura farming, bro. Had the chains across his waist. His hands were shackled, but he had his hands positioned like this, as if he was like an evil villain in a movie, as if he was summoning ninjutsu. I said, look at this guy, bro. This dude literally lived in a trailer park for the last 10 years. This racist trash is acting like he's some type of like sophisticated diplomat. Man, I ain't, bro. But he got some bad news. So the first thing we found out is that bond is getting revoked. That bond is getting revoked. Okay? Not the $1 million bond, but the bond for the misdemeanor he was out on, that bond got revoked, meaning he got to stay in jail. And you know why they revoked his bond? Because they deem him a threat to society. After sure, man. See, when you commit crimes in this country, the government says they have the power to hold y'all if they want to, if they deem you are a threat to others. And I say, sure, he is a threat. All right? Now, as a misdemeanor, okay, but you still have to prove that if you get released out on bond, you won't do harm to others. And how could they be so sure when you online, on X, on Twitter, on your live stream, you online saying that your grand finale is going to be leaving a black man dead on the pavement? The judge seen this and just said, huh? You want me to free you? Wait a minute. Bro, stop wasting my time out here, man.
Influencer Chud the Builder will remain behind bars accused of attempted murder and linked to dozens of violent videos online. Good evening and welcome to News 2 at 5. I'm Bob Mueller.
And in Focus, News 2's Lexi Wilson explains what happened in a Davidson County courthouse this morning. Dalton Eatherly, better known as Chud the Builder, enters a Davidson County courtroom Wednesday. The social media influencer facing charges in Nashville after he refused to stop live streaming inside a restaurant at the Omni Hotel and then refused to pay. But the hearing today mostly focused on a separate case in Montgomery County. Prosecutors played videos and reviewed social media posts made by Eatherly, posted before the shooting outside the Montgomery County courthouse. They were racist and violent.
So even social media would recognize what he's saying is improper. And improper is a nice word. But, all right.
Eatherly is charged with attempted murder in that case. Eatherly's attorney argued the court should consider threats his client receives online.
Mr. Eatherly has made complaints about people making threats to him, correct? In fact, to the local sheriff, well, I'll say local, we're in Davidson County, but to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department, he's made several complaints. Yes. Including people threatening to chop his infant son's head off.
In the end, the judge sided with prosecutors and revoked Eatherly's Davidson County bond, citing concerns about the violent social media posts. Eatherly's attorney filed a motion to dismiss the charges in Nashville, but that was not addressed today.
Mr. Eatherly's looking at being held without bond on misdemeanors that he ought to have been cited. And he's charged with resisting arrest that I think even the state capitulates improper.
His next court appearance in Davidson County is set for June 25th. Eatherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County shooting case.
Chuck, you did bad, bro. You did bad, man. You did horrendous, bro. You not getting out, man. Bro, get comfy. These idiots got another court date scheduled in 8 days on the 25th. And I'm like, why? They got a court date scheduled for them to figure out if the charges are being dropped. So you want a court date scheduled in 8 days charges to get dropped. The charges that the judge just revoked bond on, are you crazy? In what world would a judge revoke bond in a misdemeanor case and then 8 days later dismiss the case? You have no chance, bro. It's over with. This to me is a common sense rule. It's not even about rattling out we hate Chud, because we do hate Chud now. Right? We do wish the worst on Chud now, but this is common sense. This man has made his entire content going around and harassing people. The world watched this take place. People were begging authorities to step in and do something before somebody get hurt. Authorities sat back and allowed him to operate. Once they seen the consequences of his actions, they're now taking the proper proto steps to protect everybody. I think the internet has completely desensitized us. Do we understand how absolutely wild what Chud did is? Chud was going around calling people the N-word with the hard R, live streaming it for profit. Then he came on his X account and said he's going to shoot and kill a black person and get away with it, and black people are gonna march. He then proceeds to follow up on that credible threat. Do you understand how wild that is from a judge perspective? This man is a menace. He can't be left back in society. We gotta do what we gotta do to protect society. Can you imagine if Chud gets released and he's allowed to go back out there and run that same content again? The next time somebody is gonna get hurt badly. And there may not be survivors. And that's what I'm saying. We need to protect the world from Chud. Chud shouldn't be like put back out here, what, to shoot more people? To now actually commit murder? No, hell no, bro. Keep him in jail. Now, the detective actually testified, and he blew a hole in Chud's case. So he testified because he reviewed the footage. Now, when he reviewed the footage, he says, listen, this is not self-defense for clear and obvious reasons.
Happening now, the controversial online streamer known as Chud the Builder is making an appearance in a Nashville courtroom. Dalton Eatherly faces 3 misdemeanor charges stemming from a May incident at Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni Hotel. Investigators say Eatherly live streamed inside the restaurant after staff asked him not to, then refused to pay. Eatherly also faces separate felony charges in Montgomery County for a shooting investigation. During Eatherly's court appearance, one investigator on the stand recalled the shooting.
Shots are shown to be fired prior to
Shots are being shown to have been fired prior to that?
Yes.
And how do we know that?
I can see in the courthouse video, it shows the case of ejecting from the firearm. It also shows the ricochet off the
Okay.
fired to the vehicle.
So Mr. Fox hadn't been hit at that point, correct? If you're seeing a ricochet in one case.
I would assume so.
The judge denied Eatherly's release today, citing violent posts he's made on social media. Eatherly is also facing a $1 million bond in the Montgomery County case.
That puts such a big hole in their self-defense case. That's so important. You know why that's important? Because the narrative online, any one of these commentators, he was taking Chud to the ground. Chud had to shoot him. I mean, you can't take somebody to the ground. I mean, the ground's the most dangerous position. They were saying that time after time after time after time. But with this, what this tells us is, hold on. Joshua Fox was already shot. See, Chud walked up to Joshua Fox, antagonized Joshua Fox, and started an issue. Joshua Fox responded back with,
okay, you are here with your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, become a member today. We're here to save your life. Trust me, right now, you see the Cash App, fam. You see it. It's whoever supporting, whatever it take, fam. Shout out to you. You see the super chat. We in here. Let me explain what's going on. So Chud the Builder, if you don't know, Chud the Builder is this white man that woke up one day and said, I'm going to go outside and start antagonizing, provoking, and make racist comments to black people every day. I'm going to go pick on them, And if somebody do something, I'm calling the police to bail me out, flat out. So he made a living taking a camera around like streamers, doing this to all type of black people. I don't care where he was at. But you can tell he was picking and choosing where he go because he know where not to go. Let me say that, right? So in the midst of him doing that, he comes across this retired veteran, I believe. I believe he was like disabled, something like that. But he was in the Army. So Chud, and I'm telling you this, Candy Girl Pink, Chud came up with this saying called chimping out. Chimp, like a chipmunk, like a chimp. You know, basically like a monkey, calling black people monkeys. Like we chimps. So if we trip or we spaz out or get violent, he called it chimping out. Right? So this is the situation. Everybody at this point know who Chud the Builder is. So if I'm chilling, talking to my people, and Chud the Builder is over there, and I know that's him, I'm gonna automatically, in my mind, prepare myself for the ignorance that he's about to do. Because this is what he's been doing, to where people now are gonna already in their mind prepare themselves for the ignorance, for the disrespect, for the racism. And this is not fair, by the way. It's not fair that somebody walks up within 5 or 10 feet of you and you got to start preparing yourself to handle the racist comments, the provoking, the disrespect that's about to come from his mouth. So Fox, that's his last name, Fox, he sees Chud. So he's knowing what Chud is on already. He already know what he on. So he like, all right, he letting them know, hey, Dirty, don't start that today with me. That's what Fox is letting them know, which I would have too. I'd have been like, hold up, Dirty, let me let you know, don't pop off today. Like, mess with them. Don't bring that over here. Because again, everybody's on notice about Chud the Builder going around messing with black people. Period. Nobody else. So Fox see this guy and he let him know, hey, yo, not today, fam. Don't talk to me crazy. Don't disrespect me. I don't want to hear none of that. Chimp it out. None of that. So Chud like, dang, for real? He chimping out. So he says the exact thing that Fox tells him not to do. Provoke him, disrespect him, make a racist remark, and just flat out rude. So he does the exact same thing Fox says don't do. And when he does it, he picked the right one. Fox pull up on him in his face like, what? And to note that Chud was having his cameraman there. So people were streaming the whole situation. And the crazy part about it is that they streaming and they watching it. So they get into a scuffle, right? Chud automatically goes for his firearm. Okay, so think about it. Okay, Candy Girl Pink, you with me? I know you with me. I feel like you a member regardless. You've been there all your life. You with me, fam? So I want to bring you up to date. So Chud, he goes for his firearm. Now, mind you, this is a disabled veteran Army guy. Already told him, don't mess with me or disrespect me. And when he told him that, Chud used that to disrespect him and say he's chimping out. So dude pull up on him like, what? Dude, I believe dude then went for the, try to steal off on Chud. Chud soft, scared. He didn't up a firearm. Now think about it. If we finna boot up, why am I going for my firearm? So automatically, Chud is a grown teddy bear. He's a grown, scared, racist guy that's walking around starting up with people until somebody knock him out. So dude walk up on him, finna give him the bop, bop, bing, bada, boom, bada, bang. All of a sudden, Chud go for the firearm, Candy Girl. And all of a sudden, you can hear in the streaming, I believe, that a gunshot goes off, that a firearm goes off. So from that, this is how Chud gets locked up, because they're saying that, you attempted to shoot this man, basically, but you started it when this man said, leave me alone already. So dude come up on him on some boot up fighting. Chud go for the firearm to back up off of him, and he didn't hit this man and everything with the bullet. Yeah. So that's why Chud's locked up. But prior to that, Chud had already had a situation getting locked up because he's been walking around disrespecting black people and causing problems. So now he just been locked up. He's been locked up for a minute now, and he tried to he done got his bond revoked. And it's people and it's sad because racist people are exposing themselves because they support this guy. And that's just like a black guy waking up and just saying, hey, I'm gonna go outside and start looking for all the white people and just start calling them all the racist terms I want to call them, just pick on them. And if one of them do something, I'm calling the police. What? You walking around provoking people to do something to you, and then when they got you caught, you got the right one, you want to pull your firearm or call the police? He deserves everything he gets. He needs to learn the lesson. Stop playing with us. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. So I wanted to bring you up to par, Candy Girl, so you can understand the situation. That's why we cooking Chud, because we're going to get back to Carmelo Anthony. Don't get it twisted. We're going to get back. But I wanted people to understand Chud the Builder is really the worst racist. Why? Because he don't stand on business. The people in here, my white people, my white friends, my white fam, you all need to stand on business against Chud. You shouldn't let nobody walk around and talk smack like that to other people and disrespect them and don't stand on business. He making y'all look bad. And y'all don't and a lot of you all don't even agree with him. But a lot of you all do agree with him. And I'm talking to you all because it's not right that you think, see, if you agree with Chud, press 1. I want to know who up in here. If you agree with what Chud is doing out here, press 1. If you don't agree with Chud the Builder and how he's disrespecting and provoking and bringing racists back, press 2. I want to know who's in here.
By standing up and saying, yo, stop calling me a Chud. Chud walked up, Dalton Fox said, yo, don't call me a Chud. Chud turned back around and said, or what? Joshua Fox took off on him after Chud said, or what? Stop chipping out. He took off on him.
Let's start the story over.
To the ground. Chud had to shoot him. I mean, you can't take somebody to the ground. I mean, the ground's the most dangerous position. They were saying that time after time after time after time. But with this tells us is, hold on. Joshua Fox was already shot. See, Chud walked up to Joshua Fox, antagonized Joshua Fox, and started an issue. Joshua Fox responded back with Chud by standing up and saying, yo, stop calling me a slur. Chud walked up. Joshua Fox said, yo, don't call me a Chud. Chud turned back around and said, or what? Joshua Fox took off on him after Chud said, or what? Stop chipping out. He took off on him. He socked him. Chud could have very well socked Joshua Fox back or take off, leave, retreat. Chud put out a gun and shot him.
Wow.
That's not self-defense, bro. You antagonized the conflict, called that man a slur. The man punched you. You had an option to punch him back or retreat, and you choose to shoot him.
Soft, scared.
So this narrative that Chud had to shoot him because he was taking Chud to the ground and he had Chud in a headlock. No, the headlock came after Chud already fired the gun. So Chud is cooked, it's over with, it's done, brother. Y'all dummies really admitted this. Man, all right, but good luck, bro. Chud is fried, Chud is cooked, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man. Do I owe the good Lord an apology for ever doubting him? I thought I would have had to come here and announce that Chud is free. But it looks like we got a long time until I'll be making that video, okay? Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? If you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here, or here, or here. Find out how these new TDE allegations just hit the timeline. We dive deep into it. Is TDE and Kevin Lamar guilty? Find out in this video. Click on the hype button below to send me a hype if you really want to support. I'm out of here, folks. Peace. Today was a very bad day for Chud, but at this point, I can't tell you if Chud has ever had a good day in prison. This this man is a perpetual victim. It's always one thing after another. Bro. Yesterday it was something. Last week it was something. Now today it's something else. Now, these spineless creeps have employed the help of Chud the Builder's fiance to apparently make us feel bad or something, right? So she has took over Chud the Builder's Twitter page, right? The same Twitter page where Chud the Builder spent the majority of his time, right, attacking Black people, calling us slurs, harassing us, and posting it for profit. That Twitter page, she has took over that Twitter page. Whoever this fiance is, I would hope you're getting broken off a portion of these proceeds, because he has utilized you for every sympathy card he could utilize, man. Right? He told them folks, hey, you need to release my car because my fiance can't get around with my son. And we know y'all capping, right? We know y'all lying. Because when they started in another GoFundMe, there was a GoFundMe for the family, and that GoFundMe raised like $80,000. So she didn't need that car. She had like enough money to get a new car. But nonetheless, though, he's been playing this fiance card for a while. So the fiance apparently took over Chud the Builder's Twitter page, and she says he gave me access to his ex. Chud wants this reposted on his account because he wants his Bible back ASAP. Now, the post that Chud wants us to see desperately is yet another post that's painting Chud as the victim with little to no context, right? Painting Chud as if everybody in the world is after this guy. He's just the one guy that everybody in the world is after. Clearly, that's not the case. Clearly, it's not, right? The judge was after Chud. The civilians, when he was free, was after Chud. The guard in the jail is after Chud. Everybody is just after Chud. It's never Chud's fault. Now, these people are manipulative and they're liars, so I can't even put it past them to completely make this up, right? Because the courts ain't about to respond back to this. The judge not responding back to this. The jail ain't responding back to this. So they could essentially just lie about any and everything, and there's really no way to vet it. So I wouldn't put it past telling them to lie about this story. But let's just take it on face value and say this story is true. The tweet from one of his sycophants actually includes a message from Chud. He wrote it himself, apparently. So they go, Dalton Eatherly, which I'll be real, they continue to try to detach his name, his brand from the Chud the Builder persona. Why? Ain't Chud the name he was very proud of when he was going around harassing Black folks, calling us the N-word with the hard R?
Right, stand on that.
Stop tripping out and just screaming, get my, not bog you. Aren't you, like, why are y'all not proud to say Chud no more? Huh? So he goes, Chud the Builder says he is being denied access to his Bible while in jail. According to Chud, jail staff took his Bible and have refused to return it. No explanation has been provided for why it was taken or why he is being denied access to it. And before one of y'all even try it, let me just get ahead of this. Before one of y'all even try this, because I know somebody watching this is going to be like, Flacco, I know he's racist, Flacco, but it's the Bible, man. No, we got to support. He don't serve the God we serve. He just doesn't. He don't serve the God I serve. You think Chud the Builder served the God your grandmama woke you up at 8 a.m. on a Sunday to get ready for church? You think he served that same God you was in church stomping and praising, worshiping to? You think Chud the Builder served the same God your grandmama gave her tights?
Hit that like button, double tap that screen. See, that's why I'm glad we're exposing all that needs to be exposed today, because there's people like Chud and them that don't make sense at all. Let's see how his real friends feel, because we know what they deal with too.
What? OBS don't. Oh. All right, so Larry's doing a little bit of politics right now. He's probably doing like overseas stuff. I think I don't have a monitor on like most politics. Not. However, with social issues, I'm not usually that far from him. But this Chud shit was just egregious. You know what I mean? This guy was egregious, bro. Go there. All right. Look, let me hear the clip. And I'm pretty sure this clip is gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad. Watch. It's gonna be so bad. Is it out of context here or not? Let me know if this is out of context. Oh, we should put on the streamer list too, right?
And they dropped the top 20 shirt list.
See, what that was that's going to show you how people are talking and how fast and how or what what level they're going down. Let's holler at his big buddy Jeff Lane.
This community is not to be everyone with personal attitude. It's not everyone talk with respect. And that's why I also make that step. Because if you failure as black parents, failures as black parents, for the most part, he pulled up with his per usual white supremacist talking points. He would have been fine if he would have just stuck to the white supremacist talking points, because we know what he was doing, man. He pulls up, agitate black people, take a 10 to 15 second clip of black folks responding to his agitation, post it online, and make them look bad. We know what the play is, right? They erase and repeat at every tragedy. But he would have been fine if he would have just stuck to the normal white supremacist rhetoric that he's known to spew. But he took it a step further this time. His rhetoric got more hateful, got more angry, got more venomous, and this was not a smart idea for him, because this caused a lot of trouble in his life. That's the first strike. He began to say things like Carmelo Anthony should be hanging from one of these trees. That is not cool to say. Now, they're going to say it because, again, they feel like they're above the law. They feel like they can do whatever they want to do, and there's nothing going to happen to them. Right? These people don't want equality, they want privilege. They want to be able to go from city to city, from state to state, antagonizing black people, threatening black people, and then getting away with it, which is why he's here. Now, this they gave him a pass for, and then he doubled down by leading a cheer at another rally where he says, murder Carmelo Anthony. He starts a chant of murder Carmelo Anthony outside the courthouse. Jay Lane even went as far to say that if the court system don't find Carmelo Anthony guilty, he would take it upon himself to murder Carmelo Anthony. That's when the family of Carmelo Anthony and their spokesperson stepped in and said, hold on. Now that's a step far. Okay, now you can have your opinion on Carmelo, but when you get to saying, hang him from the tree, then you start a chant saying, kill Carmelo Anthony, and then you say, if he's not found guilty, you would take it into your own hands, you would murder him? That's when Carmelo Anthony and his family, well, the spokesperson, called for Jake Lang to be arrested for terroristic threats.
We even have some of the white nationalists, Jake Lane, come out here and say insinuatory threats to the life of Carmelo Anthony, to hang from a tree, and even to allude that Carmelo Anthony should be shot in the head. Our organization asked that the Dalton County District Attorney's Office, as well as the Sheriff Department and the McKinney Police Department, open up a criminal investigation to those terroristic threats. There is no place for racism, bigotry, and white supremacy ideology in public.
I think the officer should have arrested him right then and there.
Right.
Because that's not free speech.
So they let him say that.
Right there. When Jake Fleming thought there was an investigation on the way into him. He trying to get out of Dodge, bro. These people are you gotta really understand, bro. These people got a criminalistic mindset. That same mindset they try to put on black people, no, they really have it, bro. This man is a professional criminal. He tried to hop on a plane to get out of Dodge and didn't work. Because very soon after the investigation started, I mean, the evidence was in 4K. He said it, like, word for word, 4K. I guess they just had to probably make sure that it was not altered. But he for sure said it. Well, the arrest warrant was put out. Now, when Jay Lane tried to escape out of Texas, they apprehended him. And they arrested him for terroristic threats. But they didn't just arrest him with a slap on the wrist. No, they came for him like they was coming for El Chapo. And the bond he got, I think the bond sent a message. I don't think the bond he got is a coincidence, and we'll talk about it shortly. But here is Jake Lane breaking down how they came for him and how he feels like his arrest is unfair, of course.
Pay attention.
Right? They don't never do nothing wrong. Every time they do something, they get apprehended, they get arrested, it's always the system is after them and it's everybody's fault but their own. Here is Jake Lane complaining about how it's unfair and he ain't do nothing wrong after being arrested.
Hey guys, it's Jake Lane here. I'm in the Dallas County jail. They ripped me off the plane today, dozens of officers treating me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said the jury did not find Carmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of lawfare used to squash a First Amendment protester like myself.
It's always the First Amendment with these people, man. They think the First Amendment protects them to do whatever they want to do, bro. Chud thinks he could call black folks the N-word, antagonize the conflict, and then shoot us and get away with it because it's his First Amendment right to apparently shoot black folks. This dude, Jay Lane, thinks it's his First Amendment rights to harass and threaten black people. He has such a disregard for black life that when they came that deep to pull him off the plane and arrest him, he couldn't even fathom why anybody would want to arrest him for threatening to murder a black child. He can't even fathom, all I did was threaten to murder Carmelo Anthony. Why would you arrest me for that? He can't even begin to fathom exactly why he's been arrested. Sir, you cannot threaten to murder people. You can't make credible threats, and you especially can't do this outside of a courthouse.
That's a fact he feel he can't.
Where tensions are already high. They're trying to stop riots. They're trying to stop mobs. And
Let me say this real quick. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Any white person that feels that they can talk like Jake Lane did in the front of police and nothing's gonna be done, you definitely feel and you definitely are racist. Because you feel like you have an authority or you have a pass to express your personal feelings about a race that you don't care about. And for them to come get you, you like, wow, y'all locking me up for that. I thought y'all was coming for some drugs or something, some guns or something. Y'all coming because I said Carmelo Anthony need to be hung from a tree. And if y'all don't do something or they don't do something that Jake Lane say he will, you're not even looking at that as like credible reason to come pick him up. So that's how you know he's looking at black people like they are so beneath him. He looking at black people like they're not humans. He looking at black people like animals. See, if a white person feel that I can't drink from the same, eat from the same, my kids can't play around, your kids in the same, it's like, I can't really fathom the word. Because I definitely don't want to be a part of nothing of knowing that somebody feel like that about me or don't see me as an individual, as a human.
Yeah, I couldn't. The disrespect. And that's another thing too. While Jake Lane, they're sitting there walking around yelling, black dude get in his face and he just want to move his face back, but like he's ignoring this black man that's in your face, this black man that's in your grill about you being disrespectful right there in front of his face. Stewart 2004 says, you have a victim mentality. You won't make it too far in life with that attitude, bruh. Yeah, Stewart, because your white ass ain't been through nothing, so you're not a victim. Duh. I don't need you to make something seem like it's something because of something. Yeah, we have been victimized. We've been victims. Yes, it's called trauma. Stupid. So we don't need you to make comments as if we don't feel that type of way or if we ain't been through something that's different. It's plenty of white people that feel like this as well because they know what's going on, and that's just automatic. But please don't come in here talking stupid like that. Talking about you sound like a victim. Yeah, I sound like we've been victimized. We've been through it. I'm sorry, you haven't. Your skin tone don't allow you to go through what we went through. So move on.
Doing this? Bro, you've been raising attention too high. You gotta go. Now, Jay Lane, in his message from jail, one, he admits he said it because he said, all I said was if the court don't go, we're going to take justice in our own hands. You can't do that. And then secondly, yeah, like he speaks as if he's a victim. Watch how he explains the situation. Not once did he say, man, bruh, my fault, folks, maybe I did too. No, he's speaking as if he's the victim, as if there's this great conspiracy against him. These people, including Chud, they're absolutely delusional. They're perpetual victims. They lack accountability across the board.
We had a press conference and LED truck, speaker system, everything for our 6:30 press conference event outside the Corral murder trial.
That's real. Respect is earned. And I think regardless of your skin color, it's a respect and responsibility. It's a responsibility of you to respect me regardless. That's it. For anybody in this world that think your skin color is making you privileged or make you bigger than somebody else, you better go sit your ass down because you ain't doing nothing. You ain't making no noise. Whatever money you getting, we getting to. Whatever you got going, we got it going to. There's nothing, there's no difference. But there's a white person that believe and understand how the system has systematically victimized us. Oh yes, he truly believed that. And there's a lot of other white people that believe that because they understand, because they got eyes. They've been living in the same world. Matter of fact, let's go down that road right quick for you that's got that mouth that don't understand what's going on here. Stewart says, you don't know me or what I've been through, punk. I know you're tight. Push me and I'll push back. You don't know what I've been through, what you've been through, punk. Push me and I push back. Listen, punk, talking that tough stuff, Stewart. Let me tell you something. You said you sound like a victim and I won't get far in my life. I've gotten very far, fam. And I still sound like a victim because we still know what's happening, what we still go through. So regardless of what you've been through, you ain't been through what we've been through. And if you ain't black, shut the fuck up. Talking about, you know my type, you push back. We don't push, we push over. We don't push to get pushed back. We push you down. We keep you down, fam. So keep talking. That'll be on you.
Absolutely delusional. They're perpetual victims.
You coming in my house talking about, oh, I don't know what you've been through and all this. You ain't been through nothing that we've been through, that what we're talking about, because you definitely wouldn't have said something about me being victimized. Stupid. Yeah, we've been victimized. That's why we talk like this. What you talking about? Just running your fingers.
Done.
Let's listen to your kind talk about you.
With them. And I was talking to them about white supremacy. They 100% believe in that shit. I said, do you think that if a black man went to work every single day, did nothing wrong, can he go to jail? Yes or no? They said, I believe he still probably could go to jail. It's possible. So that is a pure victim mentality.
I agree. I think that the victim mentality also plays a part in bad behavior because every time you see bad behavior, you blame it on white supremacy. Then,
that's
like,
victim.
at what point is it black people's fault, black parents' fault for not. Where are these kids' parents right here?
Police announced they arrested a teen boy in the armed robbery of a lemonade stand in Southeast.
We first told you about this story Wednesday night. The 14-year-old suspect is facing several charges.
I was like scared. I feel better now. I felt like supported because I didn't think this much people would come to this event.
The corner of East and West 9th Street looks much different than it did on Wednesday when police say two men. If this is supposed to be a human being thing, where's all the condemnation from the other black people? Did black people condemn this vicious act of human evil against another human? No. They raised $800,000 to defend the murderer from accountability. Not only did the black community rally in his defense, saying free him and raising money for his legal defense, they also protested outside the courthouse, demanding that he be let go even today, saying he was provoked, he was acting in self-defense. So is it a human being thing? Is it ever? Was it a human being thing when it was George Floyd, Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, O.J. Simpson? Was it a human being thing when it was Emmett Till threatening to rape that white girl? Thing. And at a certain point, we need to confront this. You can ignore it. You can avoid it. You can try and sidestep that conversation. But at the end of the day, why is it that we can't live in major cities? A huge part of it is because of this criminal population. And it's not all of them. Everybody knows that. It almost doesn't even need to be said. We all know not every single black person's a criminal. And we all know not every single black person is a racist against white people. We all know that. However, we also know that the reason you're not able to go safely on the subway at night or during the day is because of this contingent. I don't know how big it is. I'm not going to put a percentage on it, but there is a contingent among the black population that makes it unsafe for everybody. Blacks and whites included, Hispanics and Asians. That's why you can't ride on the subway. And the reason that you can't commute to work on the subway is because of this. That's why you got to get a car and drive in traffic. And the reason you can't live in certain neighborhoods and why you got to go and move out in the suburbs is the same reason. And the reason you can't send your kids to school in the city is because of the same reason. And the reason you can't have a 24/7 restaurant downtown is the same reason. And so how are we going to live? How are we going to live? How are we going to live our lives free from fear? How are we going to live our lives and even have a social fabric at all when this is the kind of thing that is going on?
The only thing that I did not agree with in that statement was the Emmett Till thing, because I don't really know too much about that. And from what I have been presented on that, it was...
So shout out to him because he's just speaking facts. That's all. He's just speaking facts. He know what it is. He know the situation. He know how things are. He know how the goalpost is moved. He knows. And it feels good to hear that, because when you get a lot of people that just play dumb or act like they blind to what's going on in society, that's when people start having to question the real life. But when you get there people like this that's talking, you got this guy in here just said something called father, son. Listen, old guy. Listen, uncle. He said, you haven't achieved anything in life, boy. See, that's how I know you racist, because you just called me a boy. You're not even a multimillionaire. You're just a lazy, uneducated loser. You don't know what I am. You don't even know. And the good part is you still here right now, so you double tap that screen and hit that like button and become a member right now, Stewart. Because at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about what happened with Carmelo and what happened with Austin is Austin, Hunter, and two other guys attacked Carmelo. And they hid the footage and they kept the footage. And this is different footage that was seen by a real witness. We're going to go down that rabbit hole tomorrow. Because at the end of the day, we got to know at the end of the day, if it was self-defense, then due process for the right trial for him to receive the correct amount of consequences that goes with self-defense. But we're not locking nobody up for murder, and we definitely ain't locking nobody up for something that they had to do to protect themselves because their life was in harm by multiple people. It wasn't by just one person. Hunter lied about his brother, Austin. Now his brother, Austin, is gone and passed away. Hunter and them lied about even being there and sitting down as if they was already there, and they wasn't. That's another lie. Hunter and Austin and 4 other gentlemen came to the track meet for a reason. Even the video footage shows how they came to cause conflict, and they never sat down. And Hunter never even hugged Austin after them falling on the weapon, or after them falling on the tool that was used when Austin passed away. See, this ain't about him going under nobody's tent. Wasn't nobody even under the tent. He was just sitting there. And the footage that you had to go to the school to register to see. So you had to go to the school. You had to register to see this. You had to do these things. So you got to understand, it's real footage out here of what really happened. And we thank God for vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And that young boy do not deserve to be treated like that. And if it was, and all I want to ask you, Stuart, and ask you other racist people, why y'all had to hold the real footage? Why did y'all have to hold the real footage? Why did y'all have to close the doors to the courtroom to the public? Why y'all didn't release the real footage to the public? Theo in the building. Why y'all had to, man, it's so many things that were so inconsistent. So if Carmelo is guilty for things he's done, why y'all gotta alter the footage? Why y'all gotta close it's so many things that was done wrong and not done due process the right way. Why you have to alter things if he's guilty for what he did? All you had to do was put it out there to the world, and the world was gonna see guilty, proven guilty. You don't have to hold footage. You don't have to sugarcoat nothing. You don't have to tamper with the evidence. You don't have to get witnesses to lie. You don't have to get Hunter Metcalf to lie, and now he got to live with that lie for the rest of his life. How you like them apples, Hunter? I said y'all because if you standing with him, then you with him. If you on what he on, then you standing on that with him. Stand on that. Don't do that. Stand on that with Hunter. Hunter lied. Let that soak in for a minute. Hunter lied. He know they provoked and walked up on him to jump that boy. They jumped that boy. Hunter lied. They jumped that boy, and his brother died. What are we talking about right now? You know how bad Hunter finna miss sleep? He ain't gonna get no sleep. Y'all keep talking about Carmelo Anthony, but God got Carmelo. This is gonna be an appeal. This is gonna be the right evidence. People are gonna be locked up because of them lying about their position. You need to understand, due process wasn't done. The trial wasn't treated correctly. It wasn't a jury of his peers at all. It wasn't an all-white jury, but it was no black people on the jury at all. So at the end of the day, what we're looking at and what we're talking about is the tech. And then on top of that, think about this for a minute, man. You got the judge that's crooked. You got the prosecutor that's crooked. You got the public defender that never even asked a objection, called nobody to the witness, nothing. You got people in the courtroom saying every time anything that was leaning towards Carmelo, his defense, the judge just shut it down, didn't even open it up to hear it. And then you got another situation where, again, we thank God that the school kept the real footage. Let me say that again for the people in the back that's racist. You know, racist people, that the school kept the real footage of what happened, right? Let's let that soak in for a minute. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let me say that again. For the racist people in the back, if this was murder, why y'all had to do all of this crooked shit just to get your point across? That's what I want to figure out, race. I'm talking to my racist people. Yeah, Candy Girl says, trust all of them will get locked up when it comes to Carmelo. Oh, they will. But I just want to know, like, why you gotta lie if the truth is already shown? That's all I'm asking. Why y'all gotta lie? Because if you support the story that was put out there about Carmelo in the beginning for him to receive 35 years, then I'm calling you a liar too. Because that's a lie. The footage was wrong. The witnesses was wrong. Everything about the case was wrong, wrong, wrong. They lied about the tool that was used. It was never a knife. It was a cleat adjusting tool. They lied about Hunter and Austin being under the tent, and that Carmelo walked up under the tent while they was up under there looking for cover for the rain. That's a lie. Carmelo was already up under the tent sitting there for about 9 minutes. And if you think I'm lying, you can go see the footage. Yeah, you can go see the footage. Carmelo was already sitting there for about 9 minutes by himself chilling. And then you literally see 6 guys walk towards him. You see 2 people walk off. You see one guy go talk to a teacher, and you see another guy go over here to try to distract another teacher. So now you got 4 guys, Austin, Hunter, and 2 other guys from Carmelo's school that was there, that pursued them. When you see it on the tape, they was talking for about 20, 30 seconds. But if you look at these football players walking up on Carmelo, right? If you look at these, it ain't here to say stupid. Chemo Lolo, stupid. My bad, stupid. Listen, stupid. This ain't here to say stupid. This real say. See, I don't come up on no filters to just come up with some hearsay. This real say, stupid. Let's get you right. Yeah, I did watch the video, and I'm telling you where you can go see the video at. Woo! Hearsay. When the video come on, they give you an option to watch the video at any minute you want to see it. You know, when you get to the school, you actually got to put your ID in, and they got to give you an ID for you to even sit down, and you got to sit there for about 10 or 15 minutes before you even come in the room. You are asked where you want to see the video at. When you turn the video on at the 11-minute mark, Carmelo is sitting down, chilling. Ain't nobody around him. Ain't nobody around him. So, Chemo Lolo, if you seen the real tape, oh, my bad, Stewart. He didn't stab nobody neither. They jumped him and they fell on the tool. Woo woo. He ain't stabbed nobody. They fell on him on the tool. That's why that white lady that seen the same video, she was crying out to them like, no, that wasn't right. They fell on that tool. He didn't go for them. They fell on him. 4 people was jumping him. And to be actually frank with you, when they 4 people walked up on him, they looked like they was coming to beat his ass. That's how they looked. You can see it. They walking up on him like, just like if you was at the game, you would have seen them walking up on Carmelo and you would have been like, whoa, hold up, what they on? Because you see a big size differential. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Shout out to fam in the building. Shout out to my members in the building. And look, Chemo Lolo, nothing has to be made up. We're going to definitely show you how it's really popping. So you have that situation, right? And in the midst of that situation, he's sitting there. They literally start to jump on him within 10 to 20 seconds of walking up on him. He breaks out of that and takes off to run. So he didn't have one confrontation already, and then they literally pull him back in to keep fighting. So I'm telling you now, Hunter lied, Austin lied. Oh, well, my bad. Austin ain't here no more. My fault. Hunter lied. And everybody that's seen what happened that didn't speak about it, they lied as well. Oh, no, it ain't no AI video, chemo. Ain't no AI video. You have to go to the school to register to see the situation, okay? You have to go to the school to register to see the situation. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. I'm trying to give you an understanding of what's really real. You have to go to the school to see the situation. You literally have to sign up to see the situation. If you don't line up like that, you will not see the situation. The video was leaked. Oh, there we go. Even better. When I told you, K Hustle 6861, the video was leaked and is online. So please get up out of here, Shadow Band. Don't come up in here talking stupid, Shadow Band. But listen to me, Chemo Lolo, for your dumb ass. I was trying to let you know before you started to sound stupid that you knew that the video is out. It don't matter, fam. They lied about everything. And now all of you that really looked at it and really was trying to support it, you all sound stupid too. Because now you believed all of that stupid. You see that quick trial? You see how fast that trial went? You see how fast they verdicted, man? You see how fast they sent them up the road? You see how fast? And then on top of that, man, the man uncle or his brother own, Austin uncle is the warden at the jail place. So this man is being passed around already because they done already treated him bad and did him wrong. And now he going to a locked up place where Austin uncle is the warden at. So how you think that's finna try to go? So that's why we praying that the Lord keeps Carmelo, that no weapon formed against him shall prosper. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not okay that happened to him, and he didn't ask for that. He was sitting there. It was a speedy trial, and it was wrong. He did not get due diligence, due process, nothing. So that's why we have a problem, because again, if he did what he did and he was wrong, and that was what it was, show the footage, and let's go on and nip this in the bud. But no, you got white people, racist white people that want to lie, hold the footage, tamper with things, tamper with the jury, tamper with the prosecution, the defense, the judge. I mean, you got all of this. So now we here. You got us having to find out the true facts and bring them to the forefront so we can put it on the line and understand how this is not it. And we won't allow it. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go.
Let me let y'all get on up in here. Salute everybody. It's over with for dude. Try to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? You had all these dudes lying, capping on social media. That's what I'm saying? Making up all types of devilish lies. It's over with now. You go ahead and kiss it all goodbye. You go ahead and kiss it all goodbye. Remember all these dudes running their mouth online saying that this was an injustice and that it was racism going on and they were doing good old racist Chud a disservice and all of these other things. He's out of here, bro. It's over with. Y'all go ahead and pack that up.
Pack that
up.
up.
Go ahead and pack that up today, yo.
Pack that up.
You can pack that up today.
Pack that up.
It's a wrap. Y'all smash the like button. Come on in.
Hit that like button. Double tap that screen.
Right?
Pack that up. Shout out Ticket TV in the building.
Now come on in here.
Pack that up.
All them dudes that was lying for him.
Lying for him.
And see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. This was coming. This was coming. We tried to tell people, man, this was coming, bro. Cats didn't want to listen, man. They didn't want to listen. Oh, pure racism in America, dude. I can't believe it. These people crazy, I don't know what, man. And today, they got exposed, bro. Simple as that. It's not like the video, and we definitely gonna talk about this right now. As resident racist, Chud the Builder has left the building forever.
Forever.
After today, in a different court hearing, this man's bond got revoked altogether. He's done. And all those people that was capping for him, No Name, Games, and all them other dudes that was capping in line, you know what I'm saying, and making up all these lies, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's over with for him, bro. What excuse they gonna use now, you guys, after what has been presented today? After what I tell y'all today, there ain't nothing else that can be stated after what I tell y'all happened today. So, Chud goes into court today, ladies and gentlemen, and he gets all the bad news. And I love it. He gets all the bad news, right? So today, in court, as I told y'all, they revoked this fellow's bond, right? After they caused you a shit. And he had a different case that he went to court for today and saw a judge for today.
You know what? For people like Chemo Lolo, and then Sig, New 63106, people like you two stupids, listen to me. I wonder what you all really would feel like if you all was black. You know how many people we've lost? Just senseless murders. People we done lost. So you just white people just killing black folk. Cops just kill. I mean, we can go down a list. So all the famous black people that got killed. Just killing black people. And then this happened to you, one white person, one white boy that started something and somebody finished it. And y'all up in here protesting, talking about stop killing white people. Sitting up in here talking about 35 years was light. He should have got life. But we got George Floyd, Mike Brown. We can go down the list. And not to mention, who else? Belton. Remember what happened with that boy Cyrus? Are we going to cook family them over there for doing Cyrus like that? Y'all couldn't survive what we done been through. That's why I be talking like y'all soft, man. Y'all softer than medicated cotton. Y'all couldn't survive what we've been through, man. Y'all can't even take one of y'all getting hit. And you know what else funny? We didn't even start the shit and we got killed. Think about it. We ain't even started and we got knocked. Austin started that, him and Hunter. Yeah, and got put down. And they fell on the tube. Ain't nobody even put them down. They clumsy too. So think about it. They gonna start some shit they can't finish, and then they gonna do a clumsy death? I can see if somebody really was trying to get them. But think about it. After the situation happened, Carmelo was talking to the police, telling the police, hey, I did that. Is he okay? I told him don't mess with me. What happened? Like, I didn't try to do that. That wasn't that. Think about, I mean, he telling you, bro, I ain't even try to do that. If he really was on that, don't you think he'll be like, yeah, he should have got it. I did that. And I told him don't mess with me. He'd have got it again. He wasn't even on that. That boy was scared, telling the police, yeah, I did it. Is he okay? Think about it, man. Why would a black man be asking a white person, hey, is he okay after they stabbed him up? If he not really about that life. Come on. Man ain't about that. He a little kid. The boy ain't even on that. He asking him, is he okay? And that man know what happened. So I'm just trying to tell you, you can't be up in here racist and clumsy. You can't be racist and talk shit and clumsy. You can't start shit and somebody finish it and then you clumsy and fall on the tool and pass away. That don't make sense, fam. Do I really believe that? I really believe that, K-Hustle. Why? Because we seen the tape. We looking at the tape. We talking about the real tape. And I urge you to see that, fam. Why? Because 4 of them jumped him. Think about this Cygnus, the one he said fell on the knife, laughing. I know, right? Because 4 of them jumped him. Let me tell you what else funny while you laughing at that. It's funny that 4 of them soft-ass white boys couldn't even handle him. Think about that for a minute. 4 came to handle him and couldn't do nothing with him. What we talking about? Don't sit up in here and talk that talk. Oh, you gonna see the tape. Oh, you gonna see the tape. We definitely gonna show the tape. We definitely gonna pull the tape up. Hit that like button, double tap the screen. We gonna definitely pull the tape up.
So this is a whole different case. And now they revoke bond because of the evidence in this case.
Let me tell you what else ain't fair. Land don't 173. Land don't 173. He said, you racist piece of crap. Listen, don't call me racist because I start talking ish. Y'all be sitting up in here talking big shit. And I take it. But then when I start talking a little something back, you want to call me racist. I ain't racist at all. I rock with my white folk. Lori in the building. Don't get it twisted. I rock with white folk. But fam, don't come up in here being racist and talking that shit, and then I start talking that shit back. Now you want to be soft and medicated cotton and call me a piece of crap. Don't do that, dirty. Don't do that. I'm not racist at all. At all. But if you come in here talking crazy to me, I'm going to cook your ass. That's it. Let's go.
The one where he shot that unarmed black man, and you had all these people like No Name Games here on YouTube, and all these other people that was lying and capping for this guy. You understand what I'm saying? Telling y'all lies. The lawyer, Andre Blanco, whatever his name is, just lying on social media.
Scared.
Lying.
But you tough.
And today, the truth is never presented to the whole world. Online personality, Chud the Builder, is standing behind bars. Davidson County court judge, right? Davidson County judge, Melissa Blackburn, revoking his bond, right? For Dalton Eatherly, his given name, on today, and 3 Nashville cases he was charged with days before that shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. She said, based on what I've seen on social media and Mr. Eatherly's behavior, Blackburn said her decision to revoke. Eatherly was on bond when he was arrested in Clarksville. A condition of his bond in Nashville was that he not be charged with any more crimes. The hearing, June 17th, was initially scheduled as a preliminary hearing. Instead, Assistant District Attorney Jeff Walker motioned to revoke his bond. Meanwhile, his attorney, Jake.
Hold up. SIG 3106. SIG 3106 says all these black influencers talk about this mystery tape. Not one shows it. It's a white woman that went and registered to the school. It's a white woman, stupid. We go another racist, stupid mother. So it's a white woman, stupid, that went and registered and went to the school to see the tape as well. And she has a 2-hour interview that we're going to dissect. And I want you to be here for every minute of that, all right? Make sure you're here. See, I'm not putting nobody in timeout. I'm not dismissing nobody in the chat. Speak your mind. Talk your talk. Stand on business, though. Don't be no KKK member and put a hood over your head and talk that shit. Don't do that. Stand on business. Don't be Chud the Builder either. Because Chud was probably a KK member that had a hood over their face. See, that's what I'm saying. Don't be clumsy. Because you can't talk shit and put a hood over your head. What that look like? That's smart? You think that's tough? Talking shit and putting a hood over your head? What am I deflecting? What am I deflecting, SIG 3106? What am I deflecting? You said something about the tape, right? Show the effing tape. We're going to show the tape tomorrow. You're going to show the tape. I seen what I seen, but I downloaded everything. We're going to show the tape tomorrow. You're going to see what you need to see, okay? And when you see the tape, you owe me an apology. When you see the tape, I don't want to hear nothing. Say you sorry because the tape is real, okay?
Finally filed a motion to dismiss the charges. Blackburn only heard the motion to revoke his bond. Now, Walker called Montgomery County Sheriff's Office Detective Michael Weber to the stand.
Hello, forever.
Mr. Weber testified about the charges that Chud the Builder faces in Clarksville, the basis of the revocation motion. Several of Chud the Builder's social media posts, which are often racially charged, were
I don't need your view time.
Remember? Mr. No.
Hey, 3106, you little stupid human or creature. I don't need your view time. I don't need your view time. You can clock out right now. I don't need your view time, but you can stay if you want. But I don't need your view time. I'm just letting you know, we don't need you. Like, you don't matter to the earth. You don't matter to the world. You individually don't. Everyone else in here does. Even if they disagree with me, they still matter. But you don't matter to the earth. Okay?
No Name Games came on YouTube telling y'all they're not going to use his social media post against him. Remember this guy told y'all that? This dude knows nothing. This dude was an ex-FBI agent that knows nothing about the law. Come on, man. How did you get a badge? How did you get a blicky and you know nothing about the law? Make it make sense.
Stupid.
Make it make sense.
Stupid.
How did you get a badge? How did you get a blicky, but you know nothing about the law? Make it make sense. We gotta start making this stuff make sense, ladies and gentlemen, because it don't make no sense whatsoever, right? This is stuff they was telling y'all, the lies they were disseminating to y'all. So the biggest lie, they're not gonna use the social media against him in court. Whatever, dog. How can you be an officer of the law? How can you be an officer of the law? How can you work for the FBI, right, and not know the law? Make it make sense. You're done. And he is too. So anyways, the officer got on the stand. Detective Michael Weber. And he testified about these charges against these dudes. Then several of this man's social media posts, which are often racially charged, were displayed for the whole court to see on the TV screen for those in the courtroom. Several Metro Nashville police officers in the courtroom from other cases shifted their seats so they could see the screen when they put these messages up. Remember, Mr. No Name Gaines told y'all, right? He said his real name Gaines. He told y'all that they weren't going to use the social media post against him. Willie Blanc can tell y'all. This is why listen, you wonder why these guys stay on YouTube saying stuff. This is the reason why, right? Supposed to be a lawyer, ain't giving nobody no good advice. Period. And that's all there is to it. Now let's keep going. It says Walker played 2 videos from this man's social media accounts that were recorded before his arrest. Woo. It's only proper escalation. It's inevitable. Eatherly said in one video, talking about how he thought he'd end up shooting a black person. Remember that video that went viral? They used that video against this guy in court today.
Stupid boy.
They used, remember that video that Myron said, oh, this not gonna work. That video, those social media posts, it's not gonna be anything that they using in court today to make sure he don't get no bail.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who is this? Jeremiah. I ain't gonna disrespect you, Jeremiah, but Jeremiah says Carmelo wasn't jumped. He had no scratches or bruises. Let me tell you something, Jeremiah. Carmelo was jumped, and he did have scratches and bruises. And the tape shows it. They altered that picture, and they cleaned that picture up and put that picture on the news for you to see it. So once again, I'm telling you again, if it's truth and he deserved to be a murderer, why do we have to alter pictures? Why do we have to hold on to video footage? Why do we have to close the doors to the courtroom for the public? Why are these things being done? So again, you're going to see the tape and you're going to see 6 people pursue him, and you're going to see 2 people walk away, and you're going to see 4 people, including Hunter and Austin, pursuing Carmelo. And I feel so bad for you dumb fucks out there that think the story that we were told was true. I feel so bad for you because you're going to have to pick your face up. You're going to have to literally pick your body up, your feelings up, and your face. And when you realize your little nephew or your little family member, Hunter and Austin, was angels, oh no, they weren't. They was terrible. They was some of the worst. And they met their match. And Carmelo wasn't even their match. He just wasn't nothing to fuck with. That's it. That's it. He wasn't even their match. He wasn't no football player like them. So they never met their real match. You understand? They never met their match. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. But Chud the Builder, he met his matches. And Jake Lang met their matches too. So Jake Lang and Chud the Builder is locked up right now, right? Getting their ass whooped. That's what I'm trying to tell you, fam. For you racist people out there, this ain't the time to be racist, fam. Like back then, if you wasn't around back then to make us some slaves, you missed the mark. Let me say that again for the people in the back, Candy Girl Pink. Listen to me. If you wasn't around back then for slavery and racist times, and you racist today, you missed the mark. Today is not the time to be racist, partner. We whooping asses, we taking names, shit, we almost taking lives. It's the way it look. You getting locked up for years, you getting your bond revoked. If you talking that racist shit to black people today, and you on that tough, you getting your ass beat. We gonna beat your ass, and then you gonna get locked up, and the judge gonna whoop your ass. Let me say that again for the racist people that think they run the world or think they own something. Let me tell you it again. Let me say that again. Today, if you walk up on a black person with them racist remarks, you're gonna get your ass beat right there in front of your wife and your kids. It don't matter where we at. And then police gonna hear about what you did, and then you're gonna get locked up. You feel me? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Nope, they have to jump people. No. You the white racist people like Hunter and them, they jumped him. So you all have to jump people. But I'm just telling you, this ain't back then. This ain't slavery days. This ain't you walking up, like you can't walk up and say chipping out around black people. Somebody gonna smack shit out you. So watch your mouth. I'm just warning you. Watch your mouth out here. Because some people are not gonna learn from this Austin situation. And I'm really feeling like this is a good time for you to learn something, fam. This is a good time for you to learn something. Shout out to Tanya in the building. This is a good time for you to learn about being racist. This is not a good time to be racist. Back then, if you wasn't around back then, you missed your mark. Back then, you could get off being racist. Back then, you could get off with calling us colored and calling us NIGGAs and all. Yeah, back then. Back then. Oh, I ain't crying. I'm really laughing. I'm joyful. I ain't crying. I'm happy. Because I'm telling you, one of y'all gonna get the shit beat out you. And you ain't gonna be able to cry to the police about it. So I'm just saying, I urge you to don't walk around out here being racist. It's not good. It's not good for you or your family. Because something can happen to you. You understand what I'm saying? Something can really happen. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Something can really happen to you. And you don't know who you may run into. Like dude told Chud the Builder, he told him, don't play with me today, or I'm gonna beat your ass. And he beat his ass. And Chud grabbed his gun because he was scared. Why Chud didn't boot up with him? If dude said, I'm gonna beat your ass, and he punched you, boo, you should be putting up your dukes like, let's get it. But you got white people that's scared, soft, and frightened. But they walk around trying to be racist and hide behind the law, the police. And they find out that the judge ain't on your side because y'all trying to bring back some shit we had to shut down. And we went through a lot to be where we are today. And you really need to understand that. You racist people need to be, I'd rather you racist people come out and just say you're racist so we can deal with you accordingly. You know, because if people walk around acting like they not racist, but then they pop out racist, we don't know who's racist, so everybody can just do whatever they need to do to get it off their chest. But if you walk out here and say, hey, I'm a racist, and you make something happen, we can get that off. We can catch that fade. We can do a friendly fade out back. We can do a racist fade out back. We can catch that fade, partner. But stop being scared. Stop talking under your breath. No, love, hello, hello, love, hello, hello. I'm using the term racist because there's people in here that's been saying comments that are racist. Yeah, very racist. So I have to address them. Love, hello, hello. So no, I'm not racist at all. I've sat here and said things. That's fine, love, hello, hello. But I've made comments and I've said things and brought up videos, and people hop in here and the first thing they do is make racial slurs. So then when I say something racial, the first thing you just called it love, hello, hello. You caught what I said and now you're thinking I'm racist. But no, I'm responding to the racist people in here using racial slurs. So no, I'm not racist at all. And I appreciate you, love, hello, hello. Matter of fact, hit that like button, double tap that screen, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the episode, and share this with the world. Because I want people to understand, no, I'm not a racist, but people will come in and make you have to respond to their racism. And that's what I was doing. Love, hello, hello. I was just responding to them, letting them know today is not a good day to be racist. This is a bad time to be racist. And I said that saying that today's time being racist, back then you could walk, you could talk, you could say that chimping out back then, and nothing probably would have happened back then because of slavery, because of what the terms was back then. This ain't none of that today. Today you better watch your mouth on who you talking and who you talking about and who you talking around. I agree, love, hello, hello. Both of those men's lives are ruined. One person's life is gone. Another person's life is gone as well. And now you have the world in an argument about a racial war. So you see how all of this has created corruption and it has created anarchy. So again, I urge you not to be racist today. I urge you to stop being racist. We all are human. We all need to live amongst each other and live amongst life. But there's no room for racism in the world. And there is only room for fairness. And we all know white people and black people are seen differently in America, period. It don't matter what you say. That's just what it is. And because we can acknowledge that and we know that, you have to sympathize and understand the victimizing of black people and what they go to, the struggle of things, up against white people who actually may have a better outcome or a better situation to walk into because of how the world has been set up. That's all. Ain't nobody trying to act like everybody trying to be like we victimized and we trauma, but honestly, we've been through victim things, victimized situations in our lifetime that carries amongst our heritage and our lineage. And because of that lineage, this will never go away. So you can never hear about a black person talking victimized or sounding like a victim. Yes, because we were victims and we were victimized and traumatized. So that's going to always be. But we will not let that define our future. Because at the end of the day, you still got to get it how you live. You can't blame the white man about why you ain't got no money in your pocket. Let's make it make sense today. That's where we won't go wrong. You understand what I'm saying? We got to make it make sense. But we will not sit back and act like that when a person is coming outside, like Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, love, hello, hello. Chud the Builder is walking outside, antagonizing people, provoking people, doing racial slurs, trying to cause harm and cause conflict. And then when somebody feels disrespected or offended and they want to defend themselves, he goes for the police. He calls for the police. He calls for everything else. And in that moment in time, now he looks like he's being the victim and somebody's the aggressor. So you got to understand, fam, it's sad that people exist like that. And I just wanted you to know that Chud the Builder will no longer be with us. He will only reside in incarceration for almost the rest of his days on this earth, almost probably. Love, hello, hello is Italian, says, when my ancestors came over here, they built everything and were treated poorly and were paid nothing. Look at us now, you know? Right. So you got to understand how things were looked at, because even for your ancestors, Italians, went through that, and then they had to create their own mob. They had to create families. They had to create their own business to get it how they live. What you think black people doing? And we was literal slaves. We had to come up with food meals that we take pride in today. So you got to understand something. In our life and in our lineage and in what we've been through, we've had to create slave trade food dishes because of slavery. We've created the way we do this or the way we do that. We've done this because of how we were used and grew up. So when we take the word Nigger, and you see my fellow black people using it, calling each other ninja, 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 ninja. Yeah, we use that because we've had to embrace the struggle. You understand what I'm saying? Love, hello, hello. We've had to embrace the struggle because we can't live without it. So because of that struggle, we've had to embrace it and find the means of living. And gosh darn it, we have. Because we've made it to where we have made the struggle look so good that some white people are taking after us. And I'm just keeping it 100. Let's just keep it a buck in here. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Black people have made the struggle look so good, and how we have created a comfortability in the style of the struggle. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's talk. We have created a style of struggle. We have created a style in the struggle. Turn to your neighbor, say, neighbor, we've created a style in the struggle. That's what black people have done. We've created a style in the struggle, and because of that, we've been embraced it. So that's why we can take the word Nigga and talk that talk all day and night. And that's why we feel like we are the only ones that can use that term within each other, and that other people can't, because that term was used for bad, but we have meant it for good. Because we've taken those struggle terms and struggles and turned them into a style. Somebody hear me tonight. You learning the black culture, and you need to understand why we walk around victimized, why we walked around mentally like this. Because we have literally used the struggle to live. We have used the struggle to live. That's what we've done. We've created a style in the struggle to live. And because of that, we can live now. We are letting things go. Because we personally didn't go through it, but like my grandma or my grandpa did. And it was so funny because I remember at a time when I was looking at my mama's social security card, her birth certificate, my grandmother's birth certificate. And it said colored on there. And it just felt so weird because we watch movies where they talk about being called colored and white people. But I'm looking at her birth certificate and it's saying colored. And I'm like, wow, you really was in the field picking cotton. Or you really was working for somebody that was selling somebody, you was the slave. Or you was at a time where they was identifying you as just a color. Not black, white, green, red, yellow. It's just your color. And I'm just like, how did that feel? What could that have really felt like living in that time? So this is the reason why I talk about how people would never understand our struggle unless you were with our struggle. Just like love, hello, hello. We won't understand the Italian or the French connection, or the fact that the Italians or what they went through Italy, these things that they went through in their times of lost and living. So that's why I talk about all races have been through. But when you speak about the white race, you're talking about a race that became superior in the world. And because of coming superior, whether you stole land from Indians, took it from blacks, whether the black people was here in the Bible, and then you would see talking about the pigment of albino in the book of Enoch. Oh, it's some stuff to talk about when we talk about blacks and whites and who was here first and what happened with land and who took what. So when you get those conversations, that's where white people, you really got to go back and look at your stories and really understand your position in the earth. This is why you feel privileged, because you don't know your past. Let me say that again for the people in the back that ain't heard me. A love, hello, hello. Candy Girl Pink, y'all better hear me. Theo, you hear me? This is why white folk feel privileged, and not all white people, just some white people or some racist white people feel privileged because they don't have a past. They don't know their past, or they don't have a past. So when you come into a world that is that is governed by whites, predominantly whites, in business, in engineering, in almost the fields, governed and looked at as the superior, you will feel privileged. But the fact is, you all don't have a past. You all don't have a history. Because if you actually go back to you all's history and you look at that history, it's hard to really pinpoint the beginning and the present and the end for you all. I think you all are the only race that may not have a past or a history that gives you an understanding of who you are, really. Because you have a present that is showing you how to live. White people don't have a past to show who you were, but you have a present to show you how to live. Woo! You better hear me today. And that is the reason why privilege has come into play. That is the reason why white people will come in the world and see things a certain way and don't even have a reason to hate another race, but they hate it and don't even know why, because you don't have a history. But you can hear about the black history, and when you hear about the black history, you hear how whites turned blacks into slaves. Let me say that again. You hear how whites turned blacks into slaves. So when white people hear that coming in the world, you automatically feel privileged right there. And I'm not saying every white person, I'm just giving the theory of how psychologically a white person can automatically feel privileged without even knowing what the privilege is. This is what I'm explaining to you. And that is actually not their fault. Because if you come in the world as a white person and feel privileged and don't know the past, but then you be told that white people was using black people as slaves, you will automatically feel superior than me. Because you're going to hear that history says you ruled over me. Somebody got to say amen to that. So this is how you mess up Austin and Hunter's mind. This is how you alter Austin and Hunter's race. This is how you become racist as kids. This is how you're taught this from Jeff Metcalf. Because you're privileged of not knowing anything, and when you find out something, you find out that you all ruled over us. And that alone will make you feel privileged. There was a time and there was a day in the world where we were not looked at as humans like you all. People had to fight for that, man. People had to literally sit down and go through stuff for that. People lost lives for that. I could talk about something called Red Summer. Red Summer. It was a summer where blacks was just being gunned down on site. Just on site. Black people over there having a family reunion, pull up and just lay them all out. Just let them all have it and just leave them there stinking. That's what was going on back then. Treated like dogs. So I appreciate the disrespect. That's why I told you I'm not going to put nobody in timeout. I'm not going to delete no comments. I want to hear from you because you are really exposing who you are. And you also are letting me know that you know the truth is right in your face. And I feel bad for you because you don't have a past. If all you knew was that you treated other humans like dogs, that make you feel superior? That make you feel like you really a man? That make you feel like you really a good human being, know that you treated other human beings like dogs? It's so sad. So that's why I'm just letting you know this is not a good time to be racist. This is not a good time to try to bring back KKK. This is not a good time to be on some Black Panther KKK. This is not good times for that. Because I'm telling you now, fam, we're not taking none of that shit we took back then. So I'm just telling you now, this ain't a good time. And a lot of you all are not racist at all. You all just white people. I'm just a black person and we agree on things and we don't agree on things, but you're not racist. But for those that are racist, I know you're racist because of how you are responding. Yes, I did think about that. So hit that like button, double tap that screen. I just want to bring that up to an understanding because at the end of the day, we have to have content. We have to have content for conversation. We have to have these conversations so we can understand why people are feeling how they feel. We have to discuss these things so we can get these things out on the table. If you don't like me because of my skin, then we need to have a conversation. And that's it. That's simple as that. I don't care who you are. If you don't like me because of my skin color, we need to have a conversation. Simple as that. We, the black race, have invented so many things. We have invented so much. And it's so sad because, and this ain't all white people. This ain't all white people, okay? But for the white people that tried to cover up things that black people did invent, or for the white people that tried to lie or withhold information about blacks and things that we created in the earth. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So you got to understand all of this has been put into play like that. Shout out to Theo in the building. Theo in the building. Theo says to Texas, this is the only modern country that built its entire economy and social structure based on chattel slavery. Africa didn't do that, but America did. That's true. So when you look at history, that's another reason why a lot of white people are naive. You all want to feel superior and feel rulers and feel like you all are the higher class, but you don't want to take responsibility for building the world on blacks' backs, on slavery backs. See, I don't understand that because now you don't seem like you're a blue collar worker. Now you don't sound like that hard-working blue-collar worker that get it how you live. No, you sound like you stole the presidency like Donald Trump. Now you seem like you stole the presidency. Shout out Love, hello. Let me read what you wrote. Hello. I got you right here. Love, hello says, I'm from Boston, and I visited my girlfriend when she moved from Boston to Georgia. I was 17, I'm now 50. and I saw the KKK walking in her neighborhood. I never saw that before. I was afraid. Shout out to you, love. Hello, hello. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode and share this with the world. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You know, it's funny how when you say you was from Boston and your girlfriend, when she moved from Boston to Georgia, and you went to Georgia, and you can see how racist people exist in Georgia, Mississippi, South Carolina, like real stuff in the South, right? But I'm saying that to say, like, you were scared because you see how you were scared? You couldn't even fathom what we went through back then. You seen the KKK walking through that neighborhood today, and you couldn't even handle what it was back then. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's so much stuff that we went through, and then there's so many things that was built the wrong way. And now you got white people really feeling like they are superior for something that was built wrong. And when you get people like Donald Trump out here robbing the presidency, corruption, lying, clearly he is representing you all. Because if that was Obama up there, you would say Obama's representing us. Am I right? So I'm only speaking like this because I'm just trying to be understanding about I'm just speaking about the understanding about how everybody looking at stuff and just keeping it 100. Because let's not lie and be naive about what's going on today. There's no reason to really, and to be real with you, we know it's a lot of racist people in the world. We know it's a lot of people that still see the world as they want it to be back in the day. It's still people, it's even people, I'm looking at videos and I'm seeing people walk up on people and ask them, why are you in the park? I see a white guy walking up on this black guy and he's asking him like, why are you here? Or like, do you live here? Or like, what is your address? Or like, I need to know your address so we can verify that you can be here. See, when you got people that walk up and do that to you, they still feel that this is their land and that you're on it. So when you're looking at the comments, love, hello, hello, my Italian sister, respectfully, I appreciate you defending, because at the end of the day, we fam in here. And here at No Filters, we here to inform, understand, and be aware that if it walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a duck. And we're not going to sit here and act like we naive to who they are. If you walking like a racist, talking like a racist, you racist. And we're going to call you out for who you is so we can identify you so we don't get no surprises from you. Because the worst thing to do is not know the enemy. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The worst thing for you to do in this earth today is not know the enemy. You could be sleeping with the enemy. You could be cool with the enemy. You could be taking care of the enemy. But I want you to understand, this racist situation that has come about with Carmelo and Austin is a good and bad thing. It's bad because lives have been taken. It's good because it exposes the real racist people of today so we can get these people removed. Just like Chud the Builder that we have sat here and discussed to get this man up out of here. Just like Chud the Builder. Yes. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's the reason why you're here today with us. It's the reason why we're getting it in. You already know. You in here with your boy Deala T. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We're going to keep it going all the way from the jump. But I just wanted you to understand, when you're talking about racist people like Chud the Builder, they got to go. And that's why Chud has just been, he done just got his bond revoked, and he has no way to be living his life because now he is done. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why he's not going to be able to do nothing he want to do or nothing he been wanting to do, because now he is done. Hit that like button, double tap that screen, fam. I'm trying to make sure we understand who in the building right now.
I'm talking about how he thought he'd end up shooting a black person. Remember that video, y'all, that went viral? They used that video against his family in court today. They used, remember that video that Myron said, oh, this isn't gonna work. That video, those social media posts, it's not gonna be anything. Yeah, they use it in court today to make sure he don't get no bail. Yeah, no bond. They use that in court today, baby boy. In court today, they use those very videos and those very social media posts. They used the video where he said it's only proper escalation. It's inevitable. Easily said in one video talking about how he thought he'd end up shooting a black person. Just imagine the headline: Chud the Builder kills a black man. It's almost like it's gonna happen. Boom. Then, several days later, he was charged with attempted murder after a black man was shot 5 times. Family tried to ask Weber if he reviewed the footage from the night the client was arrested in Nashville, including a live stream played in the courtroom today. He objected, asking the judge to reserve question on the Nashville cases for the preliminary hearing. The basis for the revocation was his arrest in Clarksville, the officer said. He said, I think the court would take special interest in the facts of it.
Let me say this, love, hello. When I whip out the evidence, the real evidence tomorrow about this Carmelo Anthony situation, you're going to understand that him being young and a mistake was not made. This young man was in a place and defending himself because 4 to 6 individuals walked up on him to jump him. You're going to see also that they jumped him. You're going to also see him trying to flee the scene from getting away from them. And you're going to see Austin and Hunter pull him back in to continue to beat him up. You're going to see scratches. You're going to see ripped shirts. You're going to see it. It's all on there. So when I tell you evidence was covered up, evidence was altered, this is a bamboozling situation and everyone has been hoodwinked. Yes, it has been, and this was obvious from the jump. Why? Because everything was too fast, too quick, and too wrong, and too many lies. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. So I want you to understand it, because at the end of the day, if that man walk up on somebody's stuff and just come to kill them, that's a different story. But it's a difference when you ain't messing with nobody and somebody walk up on you and provoke you, and then you don't even stab them. They actually try to get up on you and they literally get pushed down and fall on the knife. Not the knife, the actual tool that was for the cleats. That's another thing. They made people think that was a real knife. No, that was a tool for cleats. And all it takes is a he say, she say to change up the whole situation. And see, Love Hello says, I'm going to be honest. Those twins were bullies. Yeah, but see, this is the thing I'm trying to tell you. Every time a black person do something, the first thing they do is discredit the black person on the worldwide news, okay? So right now, this situation happened with Austin and Carmelo. They tried to discredit Carmelo, but they couldn't because he's just a good kid. He ain't come up in the hood. He got 2 parents and everything was good. But you can discredit Austin. You can discredit Hunter. You can discredit all of them. You got so many witnesses and kids and white kids and white boys talking about Hunter and Austin so disrespectful, so wrong. This boy Hunter told a girl that his hands was bisexual, meaning that he can hit women and men. What white boy telling a girl that? If a black dude tell a girl that, he locked up forever. What? Let's get that understood today. And I truly feel like that too. Love, hello. I feel like he won't do that time. I feel like Lord is going to intervene. I feel like the support of the masses, the financial status of the backing of the appealing, all of this is going to be done right and decent and in order. And those that went against him and did wrong by him are going to be locked up because why? They broke the law. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The judge, the prosecutor, the public defender, these people are going to be shown that they have broken the law by going about not due process by going about this thing wrong and wrong. And vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So you said God sees all? Yes. And there was a little boy, and he's in a grown man's system right now. God sees it. He is about to bring him out of there because he's in there on the wrong basis. Let me say that again for the racist white people. Carmelo Anthony is in jail on the wrong charges. He's in jail on the wrong charges. You can be in jail for taking somebody's life, but you can't be in jail for the wrong charges because now you got me serving more time than I'm deserving. Now you got me doing over. You got that's overload. That's the overload. That's overworking. In Texas, in there talking about he was an honor student. You can be an honor student. You can be an A triple, all A's, honor roll, whatever. That don't make you not no bully. See, that's how racist people talk. They try to find stuff to make it make sense, or to shine light on something, or they try to find little stuff to make light of something heavy. What does him being an honor roll student has to do with him being a bully and him being racist? What is that? That's what? I'm gonna tell you something too, love, hello, on everything I love. I felt like Carmelo was gonna run into them real Muslims. Because I feel like it's some brothers that's in there that's not gonna have it. They not finna allow nobody to put hands on that little dude. And that wasn't even self-defense, fam. So this is what I mean by I knew that he was gonna get some type of support. And that's a blessing to know that. Let's go.
Case at the state wanting to hold Mr. Eatherly without bail on, especially if he didn't commit a crime. His lawyer said this. Defendant Davidson Blackburn about his motion to dismiss the case. They said right now we're talking about the motion to revoke his bail, Blackburn said. Blackburn set the preliminary hearing for June the 25th. Then it went on, right? So today, in court, you got us, right? During his bond hearing today, prosecutors and investigators, they presented critical evidence demonstrating that he violated his initial release conditions. The presented evidence directly contradicted his public claims of acting in self-defense during the Clarksville shooting. Oh, he's in trouble. Now remember, Maury, all these dudes told y'all that no, they're not gonna use a social media post, you guys. Hey guys, they're not gonna do that, guys. Yes, they are, guys. Yes, they are, guys. Bail revoked, guys. Hey guys, bail revoked. Hey, chat, y'all listen to this? Is the chat room listening to what I'm saying? That's all I want to know. Is the chat room listening to what I'm saying? Right? So it says surveillance video and ballistic evidence. Pre-attack gunfire. Investigators played courthouse surveillance footage, proving that Chud the Builder fired shots at the victim Joshua Fox before. Read that part where I marked out right there. Y'all can read it. Before any physical confrontation took place. He's done. He's done, son.
Done, son.
He is done.
Bye-bye.
He is out of here, bro.
Bye-bye.
He is out of here.
Bye-bye.
They played video surveillance. Once again, read this now, attack gunfire. Investigators played courthouse surveillance footage, proving that Dalton Eatherly fired shots at the victim Joshua Fox before any physical confrontation or grounding took place. Now remember all these guys came on YouTube lying to y'all about what happened, lying to y'all about the parameters of what happened in this case. They lied to every last one of y'all. And they came on here because this is what they do. Now, I want to see if No Name Games and all these other dudes, if that's your real name Games, is going to come out and apologize for the lies they push on social media.
Right.
Because right here, they played in court the video. They played in court the video. And the video shows the video shows that man fired shots before any physical confrontation or grounding took place. Physical ballistics. Investigators, ladies and gentlemen, present proof of a...
Hey, watch your mouth, T-Ray. You talking to Tanya, she a member. That's fam, that's day one. Watch your mouth. Don't tell her she talking that. You gonna get up out of her.
Shell casing ejecting a physical bullet ricochet marks on the concrete planter, both of which occurred before Fox put Eatherly into a headlock. Ooh, it's over with now, y'all. It's over with now. It's over now. I thought they said that this was self-defense. That's what I thought these dudes said. I thought they said it was self-defense. All these dudes are lying. Hey, dude, it's self-defense, dude. I'm telling you guys. Hey, guys, listen to me, guys. Listen to me, guys. I know I'm on frustration all the time, guys. Listen to me, guys. I know what I'm talking about, guys. These guys don't know what they're talking about, guys. I know what I'm talking about, guys. Shut it down, buddy. Shut it down, buddy. You're done, son. They played it in court today, man. They played the video in court, homie. They played the video in court. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for the kids. It's a wrap for the kids, y'all. When you play the video in court, it's over with. The beef is over, man. The beef is over. When you play it in court, the beef is over. Now it says,
yeah, we tired. Love, hello. Yeah, we tired. We tired of people like, who is this, T-Ray? We tired of people like T-Ray 8 talking big, just talking smack behind keyboard. We tired of that. But we cool with it because we know what y'all about. But we tired. You know what I'm saying? And then you be sitting there talking like people talking about they think they know what they talking about, but it's like, well, what are you educated in and what are you talking about? You pretty much racist at this point, we know. But the point we trying to make is, it's like you're talking tough. African-American people are tired of what? Getting the most benefits, being released constantly for violent offenses. And white people tired about blowing up Oklahoma bombings, school bombings, church bombings, running in. Like, why y'all always running in the building and killing everybody? You talking about us, like we'll get into it with people and we'll handle this amongst, like we ain't gotta go blow up the whole church or go blow up the school. Like y'all go blow up the whole school for nothing. Like y'all go shoot at the whole church up. Like, I mean, why? Black people get into it with their folk. You hear about the hood. You about to hear about a fight going on in the. You heard white people get into it. Boy, they finna blow up the church, the school, the public building. They finna strap a bomb to their bodies because Karen didn't take care of you the right way. Now you finna blow yourself up and everybody else. See, see, black people ain't doing that. We don't have to come at you, T-Ray, but I'm saying you had a lot to say. You don't have facts or receipts. You're not that old. What kind of receipts do you have? What facts do you have? You don't have any of them. I'm telling you again, what we've been through, you ain't been through. And you're privileged. And because you're one of those people that knew how you all was holding black people as slaves, you live on that. People like you live on that. And that's where you're wrong. He says, I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'm on 163rd and Anderson in the Bronx right off the 6th train. Okay, I got my dog out there too. I can make him pull up and bark at you if that's what you talking about. Because you know that ain't nothing. My dog Tone, he out there in New York. That's nothing. Yeah. So if your kids are mixed, that don't mean they mixed with black. They can be mixed with something else. I don't know if your kids are mixed with black. See, you gotta watch your mouth now, because you sound stupid now. Because if you talking about the black race, but your kids got black in their body, now your dumb ass sounds stupid in the Bronx. Oh shit. See what I'm saying? Now you sound stupid in the Bronx. Because now you're talking about we complain of benefits and everything, but now you're talking about your own kids. Now you talking about your own kids. See this? What I'm talking about? A love, hello, hello. Theo. See what I be talking about, fam? Love, hello, hello. T-Ray got mixed kids. Theo. T-Ray got mixed kids. And he in there disrespecting black folk. Oh, this is magnificent. We about to cook your ass. Oh, Lord. Yeah, and then Xenia, I think you might be white too. Please tell your white friend that was the dumbest thing he could be doing right now, Candy Girl Pink. This man just said his family mixed, man. And see, I got girls, I got daughters. So I don't want to talk about the beautiful girls, but I definitely didn't think they was mixed with black because you sitting in there disrespecting them. Because they got black in their bodies. See, and that's what white folk do. Not all white folk, but white folk will talk about their people like that. You ever tripped off that? Just like y'all will blow up a school, attach a bomb to you, act like you finna do this, or go do some Oklahoma City bombings and shit. Like y'all do stuff like that. And then you'll sit there and talk about your own kids, your own family, and you the one that chose to have sex with the woman. Ooh, this is diabolical. What else? Because I just found out something else about. Okay, so yeah, Chud the Builder. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. So check this out, love. Hello, hello. Check this out, Theo. Chud the Builder, baby mama is black. Whoop whoop. Ha ha. Y'all can't get enough of my women. What? Oh, now we talking about there's a difference. You see what I'm saying? See, they always moving the goalposts. We just talked about this, love, hello, hello, my Italian sister in here, my actual black sister, Candy Girl Pink in the building, my black sister, Theo in the building, my black sister, Tanya in the building. Listen to me, man. Hold up, man. And I ain't trying to make this a racial thing, but listen to me. That man said it's a difference. So you talking about black people, and then you laying down with a black woman and having black kids with her? And you saying there's a difference? What's the difference? Let me know the difference. Because Chud the Builder walking around calling us ninjas, provoking us to kill him, but he laying down with one of our black sisters. He laying down with one of our black sisters. Oh my God. This is catastrophic. This is catastrophic. You chose black, but you talking about black. Oh, now we talking about the hood. Newsflash, man. Every black woman or black person, then either they mama or they daddy is from the hood. I don't care where they from now, but they mamas and they daddies or they uncles from the hood. Somebody in their family from the hood. You understand? So when you done and met whoever you met, you still dealing with their family, fam, and they from the hood. Yeah, they ghetto. Yeah. Even people, see, you gotta understand something. Because us blacks people have tried to be better than what we grew up on. That's why you're getting the type of black woman you got. You didn't get that ghetto woman. You got a black woman that went through the ghetto and wanted to be better. That's what a lot of our black women have been doing. You understand? That's what black women have done. They have come up in the projects, come up in the hood, and as they have found themselves getting their own, they have made their way. Whether they've become careers, they have made their own way. To not have to live or have their own kids live how they live. You're going to learn something today, boy. Can you imagine me being with a white woman and got white kids, and I'm in here talking about how the white culture has no past and all you know is ruling black slaves to feel that you are white privilege in a world that runs the world? That'll be the worst thing ever. Because I chose that white woman. Crazy work, fam. That man chose our black sisters, and he got all that mouth about black people. And then he gonna say that she ain't ghetto. Boy, she been ghetto before. She just changed her life because she don't want to bring her kids up in the ghetto. That's how we live in. Oh no, we are no slaves because that won't happen today. You won't even be able to get a chance to treat us like a slave today. But I'm just trying to tell you, fam, any black person that came up in the hood, oh, they probably doing better now because they came up in the hood and they don't want their kids to come up in the hood. They don't want their kids to be worried about food stamps. They don't want their kids to be depending on the same things we had to depend on because we were the ones that was the offspring of slavery. Let me say that again for the people in the back. We were the ones that was the offspring from slavery. And now our offspring, we don't want them to go through slavery or to even feel what it feel like to have to come up in the hood, to have to live with the roaches, to have to eat sugar bread, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We can go down the list because we made it work. So like I say, Josh Brooks, this guy is crazy. You sound like another one of those privileged white boys that have no history. And when you think about white people that talk, they can't even talk about history because they don't have a history. They don't have a history. All they have is a history of slaving us. Think about it. They don't have a history. You all don't know nothing from nothing about nothing. All you know is that y'all was wearing KKK hoodies, talking tough and putting on sheets and trying to make somebody a slave. And you know, slavery began in the mind because it was a mind thing. See, we was mentally oppressed in the mind. Because think about it. If a white man can tell these three black men to get down on their knees and they finna whip them with chains, and they do it and they ain't got no guns to defend them, that's a mind thing. Because them black boys could have beat that white boy to death, woke him up, beat him to death again, hung him, and started clipping off his toenails one by one, clipping off his fingernails one by one, start scraping off his skin, shaving it like lamb chop. Boy, don't play with me in here. I can show you what torture really feel like. And this ain't no lie. This is all just true. White people have no past. You have nothing to bring up about the past. And there's nothing in the history books about you all's past, about you all pulling up in the world and taking it from somebody else. That's all history says about you. So again, we have to make it real and keep it 100 about how the world is being looked at right now, which way it's heading. And then on top of that, we don't want to add to it, but we want to speak and say, hey, there's no reason to be racist. You know, all you got to do is step outside of yourself and see how the world is living and understand that somebody else is living better or somebody else has it harder than you. And that's nothing to talk about nobody, but that ain't nothing but to help somebody. Because at the end of the day, if it was you, you would want help. If you was down bad, you would want me to help you. I bet you would. I bet Chud the Builder want every black person to help him now, don't he? I bet Chud the Builder in there crying. He begging for another chance to get out of there. Think about that. How stupid do your people look right now, fam? Oh my God.
Bystander risk. The video evidence displayed bullets ricocheting dangerously near bystanders in a public courtyard. Right? You guys, again, right? It's sad, bro. It's sad that you got all these people running around here lying on social media for clout. Lying. I mean, it's sad, bro. Y'all gonna take this L, man. Y'all really gonna take this L.
Y'all finna take it right
because
now.
y'all hung up around this dude. Y'all gave this dude every single opportunity to push the racism, right? And now look what happened. Bond revoked. Look what happened. His bond is now revoked.
I bet he
can't get that bond back, man. It's over with.
He in there crying.
He ain't getting that bond back.
Apologizing.
And so now, ladies and gentlemen, what we do is now he gotta wait till he gets to the other situation. Now, check this out. Hold on. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on, you guys. Hold on.
That boy out there crying. And let me tell you something else that's going on with him. He's so soft. Let me tell you what else going on, Theo. Chud the Builder is literally in isolation. Cause he's scared. He don't even want to come out and be in the field with everybody. He don't want to come out on the yard, nothing. Let me say that again. Chud the Builder. That's the big bad Chud the Builder. Big bad Chud talking that shit to them black folk. He in isolation. He don't even want to come on the yard. He praying that they give him his Bible back so he could just keep reading his Bible. Now he want to call on Jesus. Now he want to pray, Lord, please. And he doing all this just so he can get out and do this same shit again. He doing all this so he can get out and be disrespectful again. Think about it, man. This man he want to get out so he can do all this over again the way he want to do it. And what else is funny, his friends was telling him, hey, listen, man, you probably not going to be able to go back out in the field. You probably just want to stay at home, get behind the camera, and talk about black people from behind the desk. And this is his friends telling him to do this. But he can't. His bond has been revoked. He can't do nothing but suffer. He can't do nothing but suffer. And you know how many people want him to suffer? Oh no, you better hear me out. You know how many people want that man to suffer? He deservingly so needs to suffer. Walking around talking about you chimping out. Call somebody a chimp in jail. Jesse Landry, 1984, says, I'm so uneducated. Shut the hell up, Jesse. You just in here talking. Shut up. You stupid. So listen, Chud will never get out of jail. And then on top of that, he acting real soft because he ain't talking that shit to them boys in there. See, why he ain't talking that to them in there? Tell me somebody, white racist. One of you right racist people tell me, why Chud ain't talking about they chimping out in jail? Why he ain't telling them they chimping out in jail? I want to hear from one of you white racists that stands with Chud. Tell me why is Chud not walking up on black people in jail saying, you chimping out? And why is he staying in the room reading the Bible since he's so tough? Just tell me. Yes, sir. Learn a lot. Says, first of all, what's the obsession that he has with black people? That's called racist. That's what the obsession is. It's called racist. Yeah. Josh says, no one stands with him. How will you know what he's doing? You don't. How you know what he's doing? You don't. Josh Brooks, shut the hell up. You sound stupid, Josh. Everybody know what he's doing, Josh. You sound dumb now. I was giving you a chance. Now you sound stupid. Dumbass. Talking about what he's doing. We don't know what. Yes, the world know what he's doing, dumbass. And stop saying we don't care. You don't care. The world cares. He's disrespecting black people. and they want to walk up and grab him and throw him somewhere. What are you talking about? And he's running to the police. Yeah, we care now because he's locked up, stupid. We didn't care, but now we do care because somebody should have been beat his ass. They should have beat his ass, woke him up, beat his ass again, woke him up, beat his ass again, woke him up. Beat his ass again, wake him up, beat his ass again. To the white meat. What you talking about? Yeah, you sound dumb, man, because you talking about what did he do and how did we know and what's the... Stop, man. Chud the Builder deserves what he's getting. That's it. It don't matter. He deserves what he's getting. He woke up intentionally to hurt black people. He's waking up intentionally to walk around and prevent black people to talk bad to him. Wes Stack says he'll be out soon. And you know what else is crazy, Wes? That's going to be bad for him because the quicker he get out, the worse it is going to be for him. So I urge that he do what he's supposed to if he do get out. But I don't think he is. So he's going to find himself back in that situation again because, again, he's true racist. See, when you are racist to the core, when you really are racist, you're going to expose yourself every time. Okay, Josh, we probably do agree on one thing, that Chud the Builder is lame. But you know how many people agree with him on everything he's doing? How many people see him for okay, thinking what he's doing is okay? Hammer List says Chud did nothing illegal. Well, yeah, Chud did do something illegal. It's called you can't provoke someone and then shoot them in self-defense after you are antagonizing, provoking, and asking for a fight. You can't go provoke a fight and then you get a fight and then you shoot somebody. No, that don't work like that. So, yeah, that's what he did. That's what he did, fam. So that's what he did, Hammer List said. Chud did nothing illegal, and all of that was illegal. That's why his bond is revoked, and he's not getting out of jail no time soon. You feel me, man? No, I'm saying you can't antagonize somebody, provoke a fight, and then when you get that fight, you go run to the cops. You can't ask for it, man, and don't get it. That's all I'm saying. You can't say I'm chimping out and I ain't finna knock your ass out. If I ever hear somebody say I'm chimping, I'm knocking you the fuck out where you stand. I don't care where you at. I don't care if I'm passing at a gas station. I could be at Walmart, walking through, looking at some of this, some of that. I could be passing by, running to the bathroom, make quick trip. If I heard somebody telling somebody you chimping or you a chimp, I'm knocking them the fuck out where they stand. Right there, I'm teeing off on them right there. Because it's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful that if we don't knock you out, you're going to think you can keep doing it. Woo. Oh, no. Hell no. That don't work like that. It's so disrespectful. That's like back in the day being a white person calling a black guy a ninja. I mean, it's so bad. So deservingly so. You're going to find yourself getting knocked out. So we're going to make it make more sense than a little bit. Love, hello, say, what does it mean? What does what mean? Let me know what you're asking. What does what mean?
Hold on one second, you guys. I want to get something for y'all up. Let me get something for y'all, man. Right? Let me get this up for y'all. I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh no, y'all can't see this. Hold on. Let me make sure I put this on the screen. I know y'all can't see it, but I'm trying to see if y'all can see it. Because hopefully y'all can see this. Can y'all see that? Nah, y'all can't see that. All right, so look. It says today, June the 17th, Dalton Eatherly, aka Chud the Builder, appeared in a Nashville Davidson County courtroom for a bond revocation hearing and misdemeanor charges. What happened? His bond was revoked.
Like
the Davidson County Judge Melissa Blackburn, right? Melissa Blackburn revoked his bond on Nashville cases, the theft of services, $371 unpaid tab, the Bob Steak and Chop House on May the 9th, plus the disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. He had been out on a low bond for those charges before he got the other arrest. Prosecutors linked it to his separate Montgomery County felony case, attempted murder and related charges from the May 13th shooting outside the courthouse. Evidence presented included video footage and testimony. Reports indicate it allegedly showed Eatherly shooting first before being attacked, with details like shell casings and timings of the shots.
That's why he never
The judge cited his social media activity with the video and overall behavior as factors showing a risk.
He ain't never getting out.
He's done, son. He remains in custody. His cases, Nashville and Clarksville felonies, are proceeding separately. A preliminary hearing in Nashville is reportedly set for June 25th. Right? He's done, man. Toasties. Now, to the dude, no name games, and the other lawyer. What's the lawyer name?
Yeah, real quick. Josh Fails, 6015. Josh Fails, 6015 says Carmelo Anthony is the epitome of chipping out. So yeah, Josh, you would never say that shit in my face. You would never call me no chimp in my face, man. You would never call me a chimp in my face. Yeah, I gotta thank God for Chud, because Chud gave y'all that word. But again, like I told you, man, watch who you say that word to, fam. Just be ready to boot up. So anytime you say that word out here, be ready to boot up. Because the good thing about what Chud did, Chud put a word out there for y'all to get fucked up. That's all Chud did. Chud ain't do nothing but set y'all up for failure. That's all Chud did, man. Cause it's so funny. I definitely gotta play this video right here. Cause let me tell you what Chud did for y'all. Chud ain't doing nothing but finna get y'all fucked up. Because y'all gonna take that chimping out and think that's a regular term or regular word. And once you get chimping, somebody gonna knock you and your wife out. Like y'all could be like, you and your girlfriend could be like at a restaurant and you can be like, oh man, they chimping out. Nigga gonna get up and knock both of y'all the fuck out right there. Y'all gonna be asleep. Shit gonna be so funny. I'm just telling you, that's what's gonna happen nowadays. Cause black people ain't taking that shit no more. You ain't gonna be able to just be like chimp out. You see Chud got rushed and he pulled his gun. So we know y'all ain't fighting nobody. We know y'all ain't fighting nobody. You ain't gotta be scared, but if you racist, you exposing yourself. Cause think about it for a minute, Josh. Before he came up with the term chimping out, that means you was already racist. And now that you using that term so freely, that means you racist because you using that term. So that let me further know that you not scared. You racist. And because we know you racist, we gonna deal with you if we ever come across your path. Yeah, because you let me know you're racist and you like the word chimping out. You wasn't using that word till you got that word. And that's why I'm telling you, Chud just exposed you racist people. Because whoever used that term freely, You racist and you think it's okay. But what's going to happen is you're going to use that term and somebody going to put you down. Yeah, he chimping out. Yeah. And when you get knocked out and your shit all swole, we're going to take a picture with the monkey right next to you, make sure that you chipped out. You literally chimped out.
Blanca dude who was arguing at me on X, he was getting all mad at me on X, Mr. Blanca, talking all this trash. Where is he at? I told you, why don't you go down there pro bono, Blanca, and stand on business for Chud, Stone Cold Racist. Why don't you go down there and stand on business for Stone Cold Racist? I know you won't do.
Right.
I know you won't do. Right?
Like I explained earlier, those words come from victimized times. And those are not just words. Those are words of history. So when you're talking about being called a monkey or being called an NIGGA from a white person, see, coming from a white person, it gives the history back to us. But coming from us, we've turned these words into a style of living for ourselves to enjoy because of what we went through. So you can't tell me to not trip off words, because at the end of the day, if I'm walking around calling people hunkies, rednecks, I can go down the list. And I'm just doing it all day and night. It's a group of white people that's going to do something to me because they're going to look at it as disrespect. Are we clear? Are you clear? No, don't say that, Josh. You probably don't care. But I know it's a group of bikers that wired Harley Davidsons that if I walk in that bar right now and start yelling out honkies and rednecks, they going to hang me. So watch your tone, fam. Every race has a certain button to push because of the struggles and the history of what those words come from. So as you all are looking at today as these are just words, Chud knows that those words are provoking, and he's only throwing those words at certain people because of who he knows he's provoking. So let's not have to explain these things, because we all know that there's a certain level of disrespect and provoking that can be done in any race to anybody. You can't tell me to not let something disrespect me. If I'm walking with my daughters and my kids and somebody start talking about chimping out or calling us ninjas, and you telling me don't let words hurt? No, that's not a, no, the world, no, that's a universal word of hurt. That's a universal word that was born on slavery. So that word will always have history that's deeper than you talking about just let it go. So at the end of the day, when we talking about chimps, Chud ain't walking around talking about white people chimps. So it ain't about growing up, Josh. Just explain what Chud the Builder is doing in his intent. Because you know and I know, Josh, Chud the Builder's intent is to cause ruckus. Is to cause racial problems. It's to build racial wars. That's not being a dummy. That's you being ignorant. And that's you lacking. And because of you lacking knowledge, that's where you start going wrong in the world. Because you find yourself coming across somebody that's going to have to tune you up and take you serious because you're not taking people serious. See, everybody don't look at life like you. Everybody ain't been through shit. Everybody has been through something. Free speech is free speech. But intent to disrespect people with your free speech is a different thing. So please stop dancing around this. So at the end of the day, no, that ain't the case. And like I say, we can act like this is a light situation or this is nothing, but Chud got what he deserved. And if anybody can agree with how Chud went about this, then to me you're racist. Because you know and I know Chud's intent was to cause problems. That's fine. Consequences coming with everything. And you ain't got to be scared. You ain't got to be scared of guns. You ain't got to be scared of fights. You ain't got to be scared to get jumped. You ain't got to be scared of bombs. Nothing. You ain't got to be scared of nothing. But that don't mean the shit don't go down. So it don't matter about being scared, fam. You can be Voltron out here and you ain't scared of nothing. But that don't mean you won't feel it for your actions. That's all.
Do is sit on YouTube, make videos, and cash up and capital stone cold races. That's all you want to do. But it's over with. The jig is up. Yeah, it's over with, bro. After today, after what happened today, yeah, dog, it's a wrap after what happened today, man. You know what I'm saying? After what happened today, dog, yeah, y'all go ahead, pack this dude up, man. Pack him up. And they're not going to drop those charges either.
Like I say, Chud is done. And whoever following Chud or believe in Chud, you're done too. And with the mind frame that thinking you got freedom of speech like we all do, that's cool. But you might want to think about that when you're trying to disrespect people or just go on about your life and be freedom and have your speech. But watch what you say to people because everything come with a consequence. That's all I'm saying, fam. This ain't about threats and talking bad. I'm just letting you know this is a different day and it's a different time. And you seeing right now, you walk outside, you can either live or die, or you can get 35 years or 61. Or you can get your bond revoked. Or you can just lose your son in jail or in 6 feet deep. Point I'm making, it can go any way you want it to. So please choose what you want to do today. At least Chud isn't stabbing people in the heart after starting something. What? You ain't making sense, bro. That didn't make no sense. At least Chud isn't stabbing people in the heart after starting something. I'm sorry. The evidence shows that Carmelo didn't start anything, Josh. So it makes sense, bro. Even the fake news still says that Carmelo didn't start nothing. You understand? Even the fake news lets you know that Hunter and Austin were the aggressors and they started it, okay? So get your news right. Even the fake news say that. So the real news lets you know Carmelo was just sitting under the tent by himself for about 9 to 10 minutes before 4 or 5 gentlemen approached him. So I'm just letting you know, fam, that don't make sense about Chud regardless because at least Chud what? At least Chud what? At least what? That don't make sense, bro. He was tried and convicted by jury. He's going to prison. How was that? He was tried and convicted by a jury that was not of his peers. He wasn't even tried, and he definitely wasn't due process in the right convictions of saying that was murder. You know the tapes is coming out now, right? You know they finna do an appeal, right? You know they going for a retrial, right? So I think you hanging your racist hat on him just going down. But if he was going down for just murder and that was it, why they didn't put the tape out? Why they closed the doors? Why did they convict him how they did? Why he didn't have this jury of his peers? Why did they use one footage but not all the footage? Why they only use some witnesses but not the right witnesses? What we talking about? So these are the things that we get down to the end, we got to get down to it so we can know what really happened. So we can get the real case out and the right things can be done. Because at the end of the day, this is going to go so bad for the judge and for the defendant, for the prosecuting and all of that, because they broke the law. They tried so hard to put this man behind bars so bad that they broke the law to do it. Let's make it make sense, fam. It's not a dream. Just tune in tomorrow so you can see all of this evidence in this tape that I'm going to show you, because everything that you're hanging your hat on is a lie. So if a case has to be hung on a lie just to convict somebody of murder when really it should have been conviction of self-defense, and a lot of people feel like it should have been nothing because they're talking about how he didn't go for stabbing him, how he didn't have a premeditated thought, and how he was jumped, and how he had to defend himself, and how he kept trying to get away, and how they continued to pull him in to try to get him, and he still had to make his way away. So all of this is going to come out. All of this is going to be seen by white people. Listen to me. This ain't about black people. This is about white people. Okay? So I'm letting you know, fam, this ain't me pressing about black folk. This is white folk telling you they went to the school to register to see the video. Because you know you had to go register. See, that's how confidential they tried to make this case, Josh. They literally, instead of, you know, when a case happened, when a black person do something, they'll put the whole videotape out. They'll put out everything so the whole public can talk bad about you and everything. But in this case, they didn't even put the videotapes out publicly. The school kept the videotape because they didn't want the police to do some janky shit. So the school kept the videotape, and the school made everybody register. You had to literally get up, go to the school, sign your name, and register to see the video. Listen to me, fam. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Josh. These people literally went to the school, signed up, gave them their ID. You had to sit there for 10 to 15, 20 minutes, and then they call you in so you can see the tape. So I want you to understand, partner, all of this you hanging your hat on, you might well let that go. Because all the new evidence lets them further know that people are going to be locked up because of breaking the law, just to try to get this man behind bars. As always, fam, you know what the level is and what the deal is. There's only one way to do this and one way to do it only, man. Right here with your boy Deala T, Monday through Friday, right here, no filters. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and share this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, make sure you get comfortable. Truly get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. You in here with your boy Deala T and my fam. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Y'all be safe. Tune in tomorrow, 9 p.m. sharp. God bless.